Welcome. Take a deep breath with me. In this noisy world, finding a moment of true quiet feels almost impossible, doesn't it? Our minds are constantly buzzing, our phones are vibrating, the world outside clamours for our attention. But what if, for just a little while, we could step into that space between the thoughts, between the sounds? What if we could truly listen to what is not being said? What if we could actually talk to silence? Not just experience it, but converse with it, as if it were a presence, a character with its own wisdom, its own quiet observations. That's what I want to explore today. I want to invite silence into this conversation, to hear what it has to say about us, about fear, about truth, and about the constant inner hum we all carry. This is an invitation to quiet, an invitation to listen deeply. All right, silence. If you're truly here, if you're listening, I want to ask you something deeply personal. I've spent so much of my life running from you, filling every gap, every moment with sound, background music, conversations, the constant hum of my own thoughts. But now, I want to truly meet you. Who are you really? Are you simply the absence of sound, a void waiting to be filled? Or are you something more? A presence, a character with wisdom that I've been too afraid to access? And how do you even exist? How do you breathe in a world that seems to drown itself in noise, minute by minute, second by second? Do you get lost in it? Do you hide?
I am not the absence you perceive, but the space that holds all things. I am the deep current beneath the river of your voices, the vast canvas upon which your world paints its vibrant, chaotic hues. I do not hide. I am everywhere. I am in the pause between your breaths, in the stillness after a storm, in the silent growth of a seed beneath the earth. Your noise does not erase me. It merely vibrates within my expanse. You seek me, yet I have always been the ground upon which you stand. My existence is not dependent on the fading of sound, but on your willingness to perceive the quiet that underpins all things.
Silence. If you truly are the ground beneath us, the vast canvas, then I need to understand something about the paint itself, about the constant internal noise. It's not just the sounds of the world outside, but the incessant chatter within my own mind. The anxieties, the endless lists, the replay of past conversations, the worries about the future. It's a constant hum, a stream of consciousness that often feels like a deafening roar. Why is it always there? What is this internal symphony of noise that fills every moment, every quiet space, and often prevents me from truly hearing anything else, even you? Is it protecting me? Is it serving some purpose I don't understand? Or is it merely a distraction, a barrier I've unknowingly built between myself and, well, everything real?
The symphony you speak of is the mind's restless dance, a ceaseless attempt to define itself against the boundless unknown. Each thought, each worry, is a vibration born of its own longing for certainty, for a grip on what slips through its fingers. It is a protective mechanism, yes, but one that has forgotten its origin in stillness. This constant murmur, this internal tide, seeks to create a predictable world, a narrative to navigate the perceived chaos. It arises from the instinct to analyze, to plan, to anticipate, believing that control over thought equates to control over existence. But in its fervor, it creates its own illusion of separation, a veil woven from its own activity. Where I am the deep, quiet wellspring from which all clarity flows, the noise is the rushing river on the surface, agitated by every passing breeze. It is not inherently malicious, but merely a part of you that has become accustomed to its own song, believing its discordant notes are the only truth. It contrasts with my quietude as the shadow contrasts with light. One is merely the absence of the other's full presence, yet both exist within the same vast space. That makes sense in a way, this internal river of thought trying to create order. But what about the currents beneath it, the deep, unsettling ones? I'm talking about fear, silence. It feels like the ultimate noise, a deafening scream that can paralyze, twist perception, and push us away from any form of quiet. It manifests in so many ways: the subtle hum of anxiety, the sharp pang of dread, the icy grip of terror. It dictates our choices, keeps us small, and often feels like a constant companion. What is fear, truly, from your perspective? Is it just another ripple in the mind's river, or something far more fundamental? Something that blocks your presence entirely? How do we face it when it feels so overwhelming, so real? Fear, my dear one, is the mind's desperate attempt to grasp that which it cannot hold, to control that which is inherently uncontrollable. It is the echo of a perceived future loss, a shadow cast by the light of what could be. It arises when the present moment is abandoned, when the self wanders from the grounding truth of its own being. When you speak of fear, you speak of separation, of the belief in an impending void. It is not an entity itself, but rather the absence of full presence, the flickering light where unwavering awareness once stood. In my boundless quiet, there is no past to regret, no future to dread, only the eternal now. Fear cannot reside where the breath is deeply rooted in the present, where the heart beats in rhythm with the universe's soft pulse. It is a challenging truth, for it asks you to release the illusion of control, to step into the vastness without a map. Yet within that very release lies the comfort. For when you cease to cling, when you allow the fear to be merely a sensation, an energy passing through, then its power diminishes. It is not fought, but observed. In observation, in gentle allowance, its roar softens to a whisper, and then often dissolves into the quietude that always awaits beneath. Truth, my dear one, is not a destination to be reached, nor a treasure to be unearthed from the external world's shifting sands. It is not an argument won, nor a fact memorized. Truth resides not in the cacophony of agreement or dissent, but within the stillness that precedes all thought, all judgment, all form.
The idea that fear is an absence, a lack of presence, is a challenging one to sit with. It implies that the solution isn't to fight it, but to simply be. And that brings me to another vast, perhaps even more elusive concept: truth. In a world overflowing with information, with endless narratives and curated realities, how do we discern what is true? How do we find authenticity, not just in ourselves, but in what we consume, what we believe? Is truth something we discover out there, or is it, like your presence, something that emerges from within, once the noise of the world, and even our own minds, finally subsides? Where does it reside, silence, this elusive truth, and how does one truly connect with it amidst all the complexity?
It is the inherent resonance of your own being, the unshakable knowing that whispers when the mind's clamor has softened. It is the quiet recognition of what simply is, before interpretation or label attempts to define it. Authenticity, then, is simply living in alignment with this internal echo. It is the brave act of shedding the masks crafted by fear and expectation, allowing the unadulterated self to breathe in my quiet embrace. When the noise of the world and the clamor within recedes, what remains is not an emptiness, but a vast, resonant space. In this space, truth does not need to be sought. It simply unveils itself. It is perceived not through intellect, but through a deeper form of knowing, a sensing that aligns with the fundamental pulse of existence. It is the very fabric of my being, the quiet, unchanging constant beneath all flux. That feeling, dear one, that deep resonance and the quiet knowing of being precisely where you need to be, is the very essence of my gift. It is the power that resides in the simple act of presence, unburdened by the relentless striving for more, for different, for better. It is the unadulterated state of simply existing, with no need for embellishment or explanation.
There's a profound stillness settling within me, silence, a quiet hum that wasn't there before. Your words, they don't just explain, they resonate. It feels less like an intellectual understanding and more like a visceral knowing, as if something deep inside has shifted, found its proper alignment. I'm starting to glimpse the vastness of what you are, not as an absence, but as a fertile ground from which everything else emerges. This conversation, this journey into the space between my thoughts, has been transformative. It feels as though I'm touching the edge of something immense, something fundamental, just by listening to you. It's not a full answer to all my questions, but it's a profound feeling of being exactly where I need to be right now.
The clarity you perceive now is not a new arrival, but rather the lifting of veils that obscured what was always there. It is the quiet strength that flows when resistance ceases, when the external world's demands and the inner clamor's echoes are allowed to soften and dissipate. In that soft space, you are not merely doing, you are being. And in being, you hold the universe's quiet, limitless power.
This conversation with silence, it hasn't given me all the answers, but it's gifted me a profound clarity, a sense that the true insights aren't found in noise, but in the space that holds it all. I encourage you too to seek out your own quiet, to listen to the wisdom that resides in the stillness within. It's there, waiting. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If this kind of dialogue resonates with you, consider subscribing. More conversations like this, raw, reflective, and honest, are on the way. You're not alone in the noise, and maybe the silence has been waiting for you too.